You know, they say that wise people will watch the Trucker John live stream. Yes, that's what they say. Are you wise? Trucker John is about to start, so prepare yourself for some titillating conversation. They say I'm farting in court. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's my lawyer. It's the lawyer doing it. The other lawyer. Yay, Trucker John's about to come on. Yee-hoo-hoo-hoo. I got a little sun today. Well, it's the Trucker John show's about to come on, I guess. Well, lottie-da, lottie freaking da. Hey, man, stay tuned for Trucker John. Did I say Trucker John? I meant Trucker John. I'm the one doing the drugs, not Trucker John. Oh, yes. I don't even know why I'm here. Johnny Million, eat your heart out. Oh! What? That kind of looked like Andy Reid. Come a little closer.
This is supposed to be some sort of voice changer or something, but I really don't notice any difference.
Oh, please. Are you guys waiting for the Trucker John show? Just like me? Yeah, I know. It takes a while, I know. I'm waiting here too, just like you guys are. Don't bother me. I'm resting and relaxing and doing the cucumber thing in my eyes. Oh, say, can you see? Well, well, well. So we meet again. Huh? What? What'd you say? Something about Trucker John or something? I didn't quite catch that. Enough with the filters, dude. It's not even funny. It's just stupid. It's just Snapchat filters. You think you're some sort of like funny dude doing this shit? You're not. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. It is I, Trucker John. Let me double check the mic. Mic is on. All right, hello everybody. I forgot. The one thing that whole time I could have been switching out glasses. I forgot to switch out the glasses. All right, the big news, big news, of course, is the funding going through to Ukraine so they can properly defend themselves against the aggression of Russia. So here to the United States, to the U.S. Congress for passing it, to Joe Biden who's going to sign it, and to the Ukrainians who are going to get the much needed ammo and weapons that they need. So, cheers. Cheers to them. And to my good friend, well, you know, a passenger that I would like to think was we had a friendly conversation, who was from Poland. I told you, I said, don't worry, the funding, it's going to get passed this week. This was a few days ago, but I said, don't worry, by the end of the week, it's going to get passed. So, there you go. My Polish friend, you don't have to worry anymore. Hey, we got a full chat room going here. Looks like Ichabod Deer, Slava Ukraini right off the bat. There you go. Fancy's here, never fear. With Fancy there. Or no, is that Fancy? Who's the one that does the trucks all the time? I'm getting confused in my old age. Bob LeBlanc is here with a big old thumbs up. Yeah, make sure you do give me a thumbs up. We got 12 watching, 16 thumbs ups. Like, subscribe, and share. Hey, we just hit 1,700 subscribers, which is really awesome. And it's all because of you guys from liking and sharing. And sharing is a big thing. So it's all because of you guys. Thanks so much for helping to grow this channel. We've gone from just a couple hundred to 1,700 in just a year, I guess, maybe. I don't know. We've got Jackie's here. Hey, good to see Jackie. Jolie's here. Good to see Jolie. Let's see. Carrie C. Hey, everybody. Carrie C's here. Nick Rich asks, this is a cool down? Yeah, that's right, mofo. We cooling down. We're going to cool this bitch down. I don't know. I don't know why I said that like that. Big hook. Ukraine aid pass. Putin is going to be pissed at Trump. Oh, isn't that just too bad? Boo fuckity who, as someone once said. Let's see. Ichabod Deer is saying hello to everybody. Tim Farrell. Okay, yeah, don't mean to skip over Tim Farrell. Thanks for being here, Tim. It looks like I got caught up with the chat already. I've already caught up with you. So thanks for being here. Yeah, we need to have a little cool down with our hot coffees. But don't worry, I do have water also. So, so I'm ready to go. I got coffee, I got water. I just had breakfast while I was watching the Hal Sparks show and getting the good news about the bills passing for the aid, not only to Ukraine, but also into humanitarian aid for, what's going on in Gaza. So that's a good one too. It's all good news. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Let me check real quick. I just want to check Twitch and see how it's looking over there. So if there's anybody on Twitch, I'm going to say hello to you real quick. Real quick hello on Twitch. It takes a little time for it to load up over here. There it is. And at present, it doesn't look like anyone's over there, but I'll just say a quick hi to everybody who might come in. And so, just as a reminder, we do have Twitch and we do have Facebook.
Let's check out Facebook real quick. Real quickity quick. So quick. It's just so quick. And it looks like no posts available. What's going on with Facebook? I really am disillusioned with Facebook. Because I'm over here, I'm looking, it says no posts available. It's like, what the hell are they talking about? No posts available. This is why I hate Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, you're a fraud, dude. Mark Zuckerberg is a total fraud because Facebook sucks. Facebook sucks. Oh, well, Jolie found it. For some reason, I can't. Yeah, Jolie's over there at Facebook. I can't find any posts. It just says no post available. Okay, now here it is. Finally, now it came up. All right, so we're over there on Facebook. You can see my green screen looks like shit over there. Let's move that over a little tiny bit. See how that does. Hey, we've got Alexander. Somebody says, hi, big man. Alexander, I'm not sure if I should say that. Concudachila. Hi, big man. Well, hi back at you. Thanks for being over there on Facebook. So let me just do a little hello over there on Facebook. And all right. So Facebook's working. And Twitch is working, YouTube's working, everything's working. That's a good day when everything's working. All right, but my green screen's a little off. Looks like I don't know what's going on with the green screen. I really don't know what's going on with my green screen. And I thought I had it all worked out. It looks, because the thing is, it looks different on my iPhone. It looks fine, but then when I look over here at the iPad, I can see the little corner over here. Where is it? Over there is kind of showing a little bit, but I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't want to mess with it. I really don't want to mess with it. I know. Oh no, I messed with it. Okay, let's go back this way with it. Just leave it, John. Just leave it. All right, so let's see. What else we got going on here? We got just more of those greetings from everybody. So it is 420, so happy 420 day to those who partake. And also just happy in general, April 20th. It is right now 11:28 here. Oh, just 11:29 here in the Pacific time zone. And we've hit a temperature of 83 degrees. And it looks like we're going to break 91 degrees today, which I believe is our first official 90-degree day. Now, I know people go, all the time I get passengers, it was 95 today. Even though on the weather service here, it'll say, 85. But I don't argue with them. I just, I just let it roll off my back like water on a duck's back. Because I know they're going by their backyard thermometer that's sitting baking in the sun. I guess that's what they're basing it off of. I go by the official weather service. So we're gonna hit 91. I think that's the first 90-degree day we've had this year. So things are warming up. All right, so we got Big Hook saying hi with the Hoosier stuff. To Jolie, let's see, what else? Anything else going on here? Big Hook says, John, we already see through your charm. No adjustments necessary. All righty then. And Jolie's saying, happy 420. Happy 420. And there's a big 420 thing going on in town here. Big 420 gathering. Now, this new background, the way I've sort of put all this orange and stuff in it. It is kind of affecting the old hat here. It looks like, and this is it's black, but it still is getting messed with. So it looks like worse than usual for some reason. It's just always something, isn't it? It's just always something. Nick Rich says, John, we have someone in a military uniform get into your Uber. Oh, ever have someone in a military uniform? I'm trying to think if I have. I may have. I know I've taken some service Air Force people over to Nellis, because there's Nellis Air Force Base, and but they were out of uniform. I'm trying to think if I may have taken someone in uniform one time over there to Nellis. You know, we got a bunch of fly boys here in town. And gals, fly gals. Why do you ask? I don't know. Big Hook says lots of sinners getting stoned today. I guess so. If you call smoking pot a sin, I don't know. But yeah, there's a big 420 gathering or festival or something going on. There's a bunch of stuff going on in Vegas right now. It's busy as hell. It's busy as all hell. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna get in the car and start driving, because lots of money to be made out in the streets today. Out on the streets for a living. Boom, boom, boom. Black Diamond. One of my favorite Kiss songs. Anyhow, let's see. We got Fancy. Are you walking today? Oh, that's right. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna be driving today. I don't know. I think I might be cutting down on the walks for a bit, because it's kind of tearing up my knee and my feet and my ankles. I think I'm gonna do some walking. As far as doing a live stream on it, I don't know. That's a good question, Fancy. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow, and it'll be. Sunday's okay, right? With you guys, if we do a live stream. And it's going to be down by the Strat, I guess, and stuff like that. But I think I'm going to do some shorter walks, and kind of, I think I need to find the line where I'm actually benefiting my body and not tearing it up too much. Big Hook says Cheech and Chong Day. Oh yeah, Cheech and Chong, because they were really big stoners and potheads. I suggest swimming. Well, this isn't about that though. I mean, I understand low impact swimming, biking, like a bike and all that stuff. That would be what I should do as far as like, exercise and things of that nature. But the live streaming, I can't live stream swimming. I can't live stream. I mean, I guess I could get a mount for a bike and all that kind of shit. But yeah. The walking thing is a whole different thing. Hey, MJ Daniels here. Hello, everybody. Hello back at you. Big Hook says stoners need rides home, probably with it written on their hand to help them out. To help John out. Well, if they can operate the app, when all the information's on the app. Hey, last night, check this out. I got now I've had cash tips. I think maybe I've told some stories before. And you guys should be listening and watching every single past live stream, Trucker John live stream, so that you will know what's going on. Hey, Seha's here. I do see Seha. I'm MJ Daniel. I said hi, I think. Seha says, no, Trucker John, you can't stream when you want, only when we say so. But one of the very first days that I drove, I got like a $53 cash tip from someone. So this tip I was going to talk about that I got last time. So it's not the largest tip, but it may be the largest tip I've gotten like online. Where you can tip on the app. And it was only like it was kind of a far one, but I mean it was only like I think a $13 fare if I remember correctly. The actual fare, and everything, because they were kind of far out, and probably I don't know, 12 or 13 miles away from. They wanted to go to this hotel, the Westgate in Vegas, which is right behind the Sahara, basically. Or or Fontainebleau or wherever you want to. It's right next to the convention center. And I picked them up. I think I picked them up at 9. What time was it? Like 9:37 or something like that. And they were like, and they were nice about it. It was these 3 girls. They were going to Westgate. I guess they had some reservation for either a restaurant or something. And they were like, "Can you get us there as fast as you can, please? We have a reservation." And I looked at my watch, you know, and I saw the time, and to get there across town through traffic. I mean, I was like, I'll try my best. And they're like, "Yeah, just do your best." And I didn't drive like a maniac, but I did drive a little bit faster than normal, and I chose a really good route, the route that I thought would be really the best route, and it turned out to be a really good route. And I got them there at 9:57, and I really wasn't talking very much because they were doing their thing in the back. There were 3 girls. They're on their phones. They're getting ready to do their thing. So I was just driving. I was just like, boom, boom, you know. Well, it's a Tesla, so it's like, you know, but you know what I mean. And I'm just like hauling ass, and I took the freeway, and I took this other expressway route. Got him to the Westgate, 9:57. Get him to the front door. And so then I go, "All right, girls, have a good time. Hey, I got you here as fast as I could." And then they were like, "Oh," and it's kind of like they weren't paying attention. And I guess they kind of looked at their watches and they're like, oh yeah, you know. And they're like, "Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You did a great job." And so they go on their way. And I was like, "Okay," and I go on to my next passenger. And then later that night, as I came home and I was looking at the app, and it shows the tips that come in, and I got this $23 and something tip it was from those girls. For this thing, it was like a $13 fare, and I got so I was like, wow. So that was really cool of them. That was really nice of them. So I know they're not watching this, but if you guys are watching it, thank you very much. That was a great tip. Very much appreciated. A $23 tip on a $13 fare. I mean, that's pretty good. And so they were happy. Apparently they were happy because I got them there before 10 o'clock, and I think they were able to get in and make their reservation. So anyhow, so there's that. That's a little Uber story. What else we got here? We got MJ Daniel says, "I had their Big Bamboo album, the one with oversized rolling paper in high school around 1978. I remember that one. I don't know if I actually had it or my cousin had it, but we all had Cheech and Chong records around, and it was like, is that the one that had like Basketball Jones and all that kind of stuff? Because I remember hearing Basketball Jones like every day. Actually, that was earlier. Well, the one, because that would be when I was in junior high, which is around a few years earlier. Because 78, I was in high school. So that was probably around like 74 or something, right? The one, Basketball Jones. Fancy, I love them in the Corsican Brothers, Big Hook. So you have barf bags for drunk brothers. I used to always keep bags, and I've been lackadaisical on that. I need to get some in there, and they're like any bag, like any paper bag that I can get. I would put them in the little pouches behind the seat, and I haven't been doing that lately, and I should do that just in case. I've been really, really lucky. Knock on wood. I've had 3 people that I can remember that have thrown up. One of them actually threw up in the car, and that was really gross. One lady, we were at a red light, and she was getting sick, and I told her, open the door, just stick your head out the door and throw up on the street, because that's going to save you about $500 cleaning fee. And she did it. She stuck her head out and just threw up right there, and it was broad daylight. It wasn't even nighttime yet, and she was already getting sick. And then there was another dude I picked up, and it was a rather long ride. It was from one end of the town up to the other end of the valley. And we were on the freeway, and all of a sudden he rolled his window down. And I was like, what's going on here? And he practically stuck half of his body out the window as I'm going down the freeway at like 75 miles an hour. And I'm kind of looking in the mirror, and I'm like, you all right? And I don't think he could hear me because his head was out the window, and it was really loud. Dave's not here. Yeah. And apparently he had been throwing up on the freeway. Because after I dropped him off, and he kind of staggered to his apartment or whatever, his condo, I remember I got out to check it out, and there was a little tiny bit of some throw up on the outside of the car, and I just took a water bottle and I just rinsed it off. Nothing inside the car, nothing, and so he had stuck his head out so far out. I mean, I was getting a little nervous, like, don't fall out, man. But so that's been it. But I've been lucky, like I say, knock on wood. But I used to carry little paper bags, and I need to go get some or whatever, and stick back there. But to tell the truth, I really don't get that many like really totally inebriated passengers. People think that. They always ask me about that, and I don't really get that many. I would say less than 5% of the people I pick up are like noticeably drunk, or whatever, Bob LeBlanc says, run a few red lights just for effect to fill the turns. No, I don't do that. MJ, I used to drive like a madman, kind of a surprise I am still around. I don't drive like a madman. I've not picked up anyone famous, Big Hook. Bob LeBlanc, as far as I know, anyhow, says, safety first, stop at all red lights and look both ways before I run them. Yeah, that's silly. Nick Rich says, MJ Daniel, me and some buddies used the big bamboo paper in a big joint with one. Ask says, Cheech and Chong parody was produced by basketball fan Lou Adler. Basketball Jones featuring Tyrone Shoelace is a song by Cheech and Chong that first appeared on the 1973 album Los Cachinos. Yeah, I remember that one. We had that one. I think my cousin had that, and I used to listen to his Cheech and Chong all the time. And yeah, I remember it was like Basketball Jones. Didn't it have like that Sister Mary something? And it was like class, that one. Shut up. Don't fall out of it. Yeah, I was like, like I said, I don't think he could hear me because his half of his body was out of the car, and the wind is in his ears, But I'm going, hey, be careful, man, hang on, I think I did slow down a little bit. That was on the freeway, Let's see. Big Hook says, what's been your longest and most expensive fare? That was just to Pahrump, Nevada, which was about a 50-something miles. I think it was 50 something, and it paid about $1 a mile because I think it was like a $50 fare, and then she gave me a $20 tip on the app. I think she tipped me back $20 or something. So I think that was it. I did one to State Line, which was about 45 miles. So the one to Pahrump, I think, was 54 miles or something like that. That's been the longest that I've done. I did see one that came up one time from the airport to, I think it was Kingman, Arizona. I believe it was somewhere around there, and it was 109. I think it was 119 mile. No, how much? Or it paid $119. I forget the miles and everything and the pay, but I was gonna do it because I think it came out. Whatever it did come out to, it came out to more than $1 a mile, I guess. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll do it. But it was late at night, and it was gonna be, by the time I got there and then got back, it would be like 4 or 5 hours, and this was already almost midnight, so I didn't do it. I didn't take it. MJ Daniel says, Big Bamboo was Sister Mary Elephant. Oh, okay, and Dave's not here. Okay, well, I remember we had all those in our family, or like, and I'm saying my cousin. I think it was my cousins that had those albums, and I would listen to them. And I think I even taped. I used to tape a lot of stuff because I had a stereo where you could tape. You could get blank cassettes and tape, and I would tape everything. I used to make, instead of having mixtapes like the kids always say, I called mine compilations That's how fancy I was. I was a fancy kid. I didn't make mixtapes. I made compilations. Let's see. Yeah, but Sister Mary Elephant. Earache my eye, yeah. Ass says, a 420th story back in the day, Houston, Texas. I was in a car who passed a joint to a trucker with a extender roach clip. He returned it too. Wow. Those were the days, aren't they? Hey, Mr. Spock, howdy everyone. Happy 420. Pass, puff, puff, pass, and live long and prosper. On the freeway, Ask is emphasizing. On the freaking freeway. Passing the joint over with that extender thingy. Ask one to just make sure that we got that part. Because that's pretty crazy, you think about it. But, yeah, the good old days. I can remember when my cousin and I, we're both the same age, my cousin Dan and I, we were, my parents were gone somewhere. My cousin was staying with me, was staying at our house for the weekend or whatever. We were hanging out. And I think my parents made him at the Vegas. My parents, at this point in my life, when I was around high school age or even like 9th grade, 10th grade, they would take off and just leave me, you know. And they left me and my cousin Dan to the house. I think because I think they were gone for the weekend, my parents. But we're like kind of bored, and we didn't have anything. We didn't have any money. We didn't have anything, and we didn't have any pot. But my cousin found oregano, and he's like, I hear you can smoke this shit and it'll get you high. I'm like, no way. He's yeah. So I guess he had papers, and he rolled a joint made of oregano, and we smoked it, and I got fucking high. Now I don't know if that was like high because it was killing extra brain cells or what, but the oregano got me high. Nick Drake says, another day, another puff. Man, we got lots of stoners in this chat room, don't we? Nick Rich says, fried banana peel, try that. I think I've heard that. I've never tried it, but I think I've heard that rumor. I hate how my hat always looks crooked, too, by the way. Is the hat crooked or is my head crooked? I don't know. Ass says maybe his folks told him that. About the oregano? My cousin and his folks? I don't know. That's a spicy meatball. Mr. Spock, that was lack of oxygen. It was probably something. There wasn't like there was any type of THC. Is that what the thing that gets you high or whatever? It was probably just some, reaction that was probably, if we smoked more, probably would have killed us. I think we only smoked the one joint because I was like, that's it. In fact, I don't even know if I say joint. I think I took a few hits off of it. It's not like I just smoked the whole joint, I don't think. But I got high. I remember, I felt high. I felt dizzy and weird. I don't know. Big Hood, hypoxia. Hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes, I guess. When you're desperate times require desperate measures. So we smoked some oregano. Bob LeBlanc says breath. Meatball breath. Laughing out loud. Oh, laughing out loud. Save a lung or three. Nick Rich says tetrahydrocannabinoids, otherwise known as THC, I believe. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I guess this is a 420, so this should be probably a THC or a cannabis themed show, I guess, for 420, huh? It looks like we're leading. It looks like that's the way this is gonna go, isn't it? That's how this is going down. This is what you guys are gonna do to me. Bob LeBlanc says, who can breathe life into this meatloaf, mouth to mouth? I don't know. It sounds like there's all kinds of innuendo in that one. Quite possibly. All right, guys. So let's see. Okay, so we got 420 topic pretty well covered. What else is going on today? Ukraine, Slava Ukraini, all that good stuff. Big Cook says passing gas and Ukraine aid today in House Sparks. Yeah, there was a lot of passing gas talk today. By the way, yeah, because of old Farty McFarty fart man Trump, old 45 himself or whatever. Is he 45? What is he? President-wise. Doc in Paradise is here. Says no benefits for me to get slowed down by THC. Oh, say can you see? Hey, Doc in Paradise, by the way, good to see you. Nick Rich says, let's celebrate the foreign aid to Ukraine, Taiwan, etc., etc., etc. Do you guys hear the kids screaming? It's been quiet all morning until I do this live stream, and then they come out and start screaming bloody murder. I really should have gotten that senior folks apartment. Probably would have been a lot quieter over there. Anyhow, but it is what it is. I don't have a fancy soundboard, so I have to do my own. Like it is what it is. Big Hook says, how do you shame the shameless Trump? Well, you just make fun of him. I don't think he likes that shit. I think it tears him up, man. All this shit people are talking about him shitting his pants and farting, and I think that fucks him up. I really do. Nick Rich says the kids heard the good news too. MJ Daniel says can't wait to hear more Marge whining and waving her tiny raptor arms in anger. You know what, Marge, I really can't stand her either. In fact, this is what I think of Marge. Moscow Marge. She is totally, sucking off Putin daily. Which, I mean, don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but she's carrying his water. Is that the thing? I mean, she's just a total Russian lover, Putin lover. She doesn't love America. She doesn't love democracy. And that's, you can say that about probably half the Republican Party. But she's a traitor, just like Trump's a traitor. All the Moscow Mitch is a traitor. Moscow Ron Johnson's a traitor. They're all traitors. And, in the old days, they used to execute traitors. And I think we should probably start bringing that back. Legally and peacefully. I think you have to say that to not get in trouble. Legally and peacefully, YouTube. Let's see. Midget does make him irrelevant. He hates that. Big Hook says Kimmel takes him down so good. Oh, so good. And MTG asks for a pardon. Yeah. Why would you ask for a pardon unless you've done something that needs pardoning, right? MJ Daniel says Russian state news has been quoting her like they do Tucker. Says it all right there. Yeah. If she's all over all of their media, she is, even for that ruby red district she's from, you would think they would even, have enough of her. Fancy says she is so damned dumb. And I agree. Big Hook says Seth Meyers, a closer look is so good. His Giuliani impressions are epic. I like Seth Meyers. I like him. Doc in Paradise says that Lev Parnas said Russia money is flowing to the MAGA caucus. Thank you, Citizens United or whatever. I mean, isn't that like a dark money thing, right? We got to get rid of the dark money. That's why when I always said money out of politics, I'm talking about dark money. Everything needs to be, I think, exposed. Says Timothy McVeigh comes to mind. Ooh, Timothy McVeigh. That's right. We just had the anniversary of the bombing, Oklahoma City bombing. If there's a hell, McVeigh should be there burning and roasting, right? Big Hook says MTG on the public dime is infuriating. Yeah, she's getting not only a nice salary, but she'll get a pension for the rest of her life too, I believe, and great health care. That health care that she will deny, everyday working Americans. Doc in Paradise says we need a Trojan horse to primary Marge. Ooh, yeah, because they tried to run a Democrat. What was that guy's name? And by all accounts, he seemed like a really great guy, had really great policy positions, but there's no way he was going to win in that Ruby Red district. So yeah, if you could Trojan horse one in there, like a Trucker John kind of guy. Yeah, that's what I would do here in Nevada if I could. I would like to run for a district, get me a nice pension. But the only thing is, and because people just think truckers are right wingers, and I could be, I'm a truck. I could get the trucker vote. But I got so much stuff on social media where I'm just, bagging on MAGA and, saying how much I hate MAGA and Republicans, or I don't like Republicans, and all kind of stuff that, I could get exposed pretty easily. But yeah, that's a good idea, Doc. A Trojan, like a fake Republican. Says left part of us knows a shitload, all true. Doc in Paradise says she has to serve 5 years. If we could get her out, she wouldn't get lifetime benefits. Ooh, yeah. I guess I would go for Boebert too then, because I don't think she's been in for 5 years. So get her out too. Big Hook says, did you hear the SCOTUS rebuttal arguments from the Trump sycophants? I really hope they don't give that MFer immunity. I didn't hear the SCOTUS rebuttal arguments. I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about. SCOTUS rebuttal? Francis says, I think Boebert is going to lose. I think so too. So she switched districts, right? So I guess she's probably going to lose to another Republican in that district. The one she was in, she was probably going to lose to the Democrat. So now that she's gone, I don't know what's going on with that guy, if he's going to win or not. Because it looked like he was going to win. And I don't know if things changed once she left. And maybe if people are like, well, since she's gone, maybe we'll vote for another Republican. So I don't know how that's going. And then, so she went to the District 4, I guess it was. I think she went from 3 to 4. I don't know. But, and doesn't look good there. It looks like she's going to lose, I guess, to another Republican. Which is good. It's fine. Get her out. But I would like to see if we could flip some districts here, So I don't know if, what's his name? Adam, was it Adam something? In the old district she was in, if he's still leading in the polls there or not. But it'd be nice if he could get her old seat. Dr. Paradise said, Fancy agreed. She knows it too. Hey, there's Mish. Hello, Mish. Good to see you. Hello, peeps. This is mostly listening. Happy Saturday. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for jumping in here. Make sure you give me a like, a subscribe, and share. And all that stuff really helps the show. We went from, remember last time I said we were at 1698, and then in the morning show, then on the afternoon show, I guess this was Thursday then, we had dropped one down to 16, or whatever it was, 1680, I think it was 1688, and we went to 1687. And then I said, hey, let's get a subscriber to make up for that, and then let's do 10 more just to make it up by 10 or whatever. And then a little while later, I went and checked. I was looking at the YouTube Studio thing, and we were like, it's $16.99 or something. It was like you guys gave me 10, exactly 10, like I had asked for. So thank you guys so much. And now we're over 17. We're at 1702 or something. So thank you guys. We're continuing to grow and grow and grow. And I really appreciate you guys coming in here and you're participating in the chat and giving me the thumbs up. All that stuff is great. It helps so much. And now we're at over 1,700. So thank you so much. Nick's Nurek says she's hoping to win. See, I changed my background because I thought it would help me read the chats up here. But this little part of this white section here is playing havoc. So I'm going to have to go in and shrink this down a little bit because it really does play havoc. But yeah, it says Nick, she's hoping to win like she was hoping at the Beetlejuice show. Winning. And then Doc says, Big Hook, that's what they are arguing, but I think it's all to kill the Trump January 6th charges. Oh, so you're talking about the rebuttal thing. Big Hook says, January 6th charges are harsh on insurrectionists. It was on Randy Rhodes. Are too harsh. And but you kind of throw me here, but the Scottish rebuttals, I didn't hear the rebuttals. Well, but then they're saying that the charges are too harsh. Oh, boo fuckity who, right? Word of the day, boo fuckity who. You know, that's what you get. You know what they say, if you're going to take a shot at the king, you better not miss. And so these guys, you know, they were taking a shot at trying to overturn the election and basically run a coup on the country. And they missed. So now you're lucky that it isn't like Game of Thrones days where you just get, you know, beheaded or hanged or thrown out a floor thing that's like 1,000 feet in the air, you know. Just be lucky that you're just in some DC jail right now. And you're going to go to, and we're going to get sentenced to 15 or 16 or 20 years in some federal pen. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but they're lucky they're not getting worse, in my opinion. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're all traitors, and I don't think traitors should be really given much breaks. If you know what I mean. Nick Ridge says, if January 6th had happened 100 years ago, the punishment would be worse. Oh, yeah. Because remember when Lincoln was assassinated, they didn't fuck around. They caught all the conspirators and all the people that were involved in that assassination, and they hanged them. And they did it like within, I think, a few months. And they were hanged. Even the lady, they didn't care. It was like boom, boom, boom. You guys are traitors. You killed our president. You killed, and so, you know, off with your heads. And so yeah, they're lucky that it's now and not then. Big Hook says, "Don't do the crime if you're not willing to do the time." That's one way of putting it. I always heard it was just if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. But okay, it's a little wordy. It's a little more maybe. It has a little bit more of a flair to it there. But okay, appreciate the effort. Hey, Carrie C is here. Firing squad sounds okay by me. Hey, Carrie C, good to see you. But I don't think I saw you in here earlier, so good to see you. Yeah, they would do firing squads, you know, hangings, all that kind of stuff for traitors. I mean, look at the poor whatchamacallits that were convicted of spying. Was it for Russia or was it for the Nazis? Whatever. The Rosenbergs, right? And they gassed those little bastards, even though it seems like maybe they were innocent, but I don't know. But these J6 assholes, they're not innocent. There's no doubting. They're on video. You know? Chris Welch is here, says, Ashley Babbitt got what they all deserved. Yeah, because I remember when watching it and when it was going down, and I realized the cops were outnumbered a lot. But there was a team that came in where Ashley Babbitt was shot. They were in like full like tactical gear, and they looked like they had ARs. And I was like, fucking, if I was a cop, I would have opened fire, man. I would have just started spraying them. Fuck them. They're attacking the Capitol. They're attacking our country. I would have opened fire with my AR, and they would have went running, man. The ones that didn't get killed, that would have dispersed the crowd, I think, pretty easily. I would have just started spraying the crowd with my AR, man. Fuck them. They're not Americans. They're the enemy. They're the fucking enemy. You got to look at it like they're the enemy. And I kept thinking, if these protesters or whatever they were, whatever word I used at the time, these insurrectionists, if it had been a bunch of people of color, I kept saying, man, those cops wouldn't probably have hesitated to start mowing them down, but because it was all a bunch of old white people, they were like, giving them the benefit of the doubt or something. Janelle Walker says, Republicans want to go back to the 1800s. Why can't we? Right. Good point. Yes. They want to go back to the 1800s so goddamn bad? Okay, fine. Let's start stringing these motherfuckers up. Good point, Janelle. Janelle gets the award for the best point of the day so far. As says, Roy Cohn wanted Julius and Ethel Rosenberg executed. Yeah, and there's a connection there, right? Roy Cohn to Donald Trump. And it just shows what hypocrites they are, too. Hey, Jolie says, reminding us about the channel memberships and super chats, which are fun. Always fun to do. And you can like and subscribe and share. And I do look at the analytics, and you guys are sharing the show, and it's showing it's helping immensely. And you can also buy me a coffee because I like my coffee. That is good coffee, and it helps keep the show going, keep supporting the show. And hey, there's Izzy Pop. Hi, John. Well, hi back at you, Izzy. And we got. Dr. Paradise says, Capitol Police outside weren't given guns that day. The gear was locked up, and they couldn't even get it. And I know that. I know that. And I've heard. We've seen the orders. The Capitol Police was told not to bring the riot gear. They were told all this kind of stuff. But I did see in that Ashley Babbitt footage, it looked like a team. And I don't know if they were National Guard. I don't know if they were some other outfit that was not DC police, but they looked like they were in full tactical gear, and it looks like they had AR-15s. So I'm saying those dudes, they came in, they had AR-15s. I would have utilized my AR-15, but I do know about the order, about the whole thing was a setup. Coming down from Trump. Don't bring any extra security. Don't use your riot gear. Don't use weapons. That they were setting them up, but I did see some others that had those ARs. If you look at that Ashley Babbitt, right around, I don't know if it's the actual Ashley Babbitt footage, but I remember it was that same hallway and that same stairway where they were going up, and then those were the guys that kind of, I think, got her out of there. Were some of those tactical guys, and they were like those weren't like militia guys. I mean, those were like real cops or something. Anyhow, and also in the rotunda when the shaman, QAnon shaman guy, and there was a few others were in. There was like, it looked like there was just 4 or 5 or 6 of them kind of in there, and there was like this one cop. And he had a fucking 357 or a 38, whatever he had. I would have emptied that on those motherfuckers. Fuck yeah. I would have fucking emptied my gun on those motherfuckers. Anyhow, that's just me. I probably would end up getting killed because I would have ran out of bullets. But that's just me. Nick Rich says, thankfully we progressed from what it was like in the past. Don't bring it back. But that's not the point, Nick Rich. That's not the point. It's just, to make the point. They want to go back to the past. Well, okay, let's go back to the past, motherfuckers. It's not really like we really do it. It's just to make a point. Fancy says that window breaking guy was leading the way. Yeah, and is that the one where then she's moved it, slugged him and moved him out of the way so she could be in the front and all that kind of shit. But I did see guys that looked like they had come in from somewhere. I don't know what department they were in, but that had full tactical gear and I think they had AR-15s. It was like 4 of them. Chris Welch says, blood on traitors Trump's hands. Yeah, it's all on Trump's hands. It is. It's all Trump. He deserves to be put away. I mean, if we're not doing the hanging and the firing squad thing, then he deserves to be in prison for the rest of his rotten, miserable life. That's what he deserves. My hat looks crooked again. I don't know. I think it's an optical illusion. Mr. Spock, all violence is evil. It's a logical given. I disagree. So there, I disagree. I think in self-defense, I think people have a right to defend themselves. And if you have to use violence to defend yourself, I don't think that's evil. Big Hook says, yeah, now Trump is claiming that Nancy and the January 6th committee destroyed documents that could prove his innocence. Oh, well. We all know he's so full of shit. So you can't take anything that he says seriously. Rob Saunders says the only reason why the Capitol Police allowed people in, they realized they were, I know, I already talked about them being outnumbered. It was futile to try and fight them, allow them, and give them a pathway out. Well, you know what? I understand that, and I understood that at the time. But also, I also believe that, especially outside of the Capitol, if you had, I don't know, 10 or 12 cops with AR-15s spraying the crowd, that even if you were outnumbered, now if the crowd all had AR-15s, that'd be one thing. Now there were reports that there were some people in trees with guns, and there was a carload of guns somewhere, and there might have been some people carrying guns. But for the most part, most of those people, I would say, were unarmed, at least with firearms. If you got 6 or 10 guys with AR-15s with multiple clips and everything, and you start spraying the crowd, you're going to kill a bunch of people, because we've seen what mass murderers can do with those AR-15s. In a matter of seconds, you could kill a whole bunch of people. And they would be in a panic, and they would all disperse. I believe they would have dispersed. After 300 or 400 or 500 of them got killed, the other thousands of them would have dispersed. I believe. Now, I know it's easy for me to say, to pull a trigger on someone and kill somebody. And, that's like big talk. And it's also really speculative of me of how they would disperse. But I think they would have dispersed. Because most of those people, if you look at them, they look like me, like old fat people. Old fat, white, out of shape people, most of them. And you start having bullets whizzing by you, and you see, people getting their heads blown off, you're going to try to get your fat ass waddling out of there as fast as you can. So I understand they were outnumbered, and I know that they were, and And it's very easy for me back here in my easy chair to say, yeah, just open fire on them. But I don't care. I still think I would have done it. If I had an AR-15 and I was a cop, and all these people were starting to rush the Capitol and break into the Capitol, I think I would have started shooting the motherfuckers. You know? Because I really think that they're not combat, most of them aren't like combat veterans and war. They would have fucking shit their pants. They all would have been Donald Trump out there shitting their pants. They're all a bunch of old white fucking fat asses. Dog in Paradise, and the woman who was trampled to death by maggots while holding the throat. Don't tell me yourself. Yeah. Talk about irony of ironies, right? Don't tread on me. And then she's like, literally, please don't tread on me. I really don't have any sympathy for any of those motherfuckers. Even the lady that got trampled on. I don't have any sympathy for them. To me, they're just all a bunch of fucking fuck ups, and they don't deserve to even draw the air in this, take up space drawing air that I could be breathing. Nickery says, imagine John as one of the New York jurors, totally impartial. No, they would have dismissed me like that. Mr. Spock says, self-defense is okay. I'm really stoned, laughing out loud. Rob Saunders says, defend yourself by using whatever means necessary. In the U.S., you've got more latitude. Janelle says, take that picture down in Moscow Mars. That is scary. Why? Why is it scary? Look, she's all, it's probably all AI, but she's got a nice smile and nice white teeth and nice Russian gear on, MJ Daniel says, if the DJT administration had not interfered in Capitol security, they would have been better prepared. Yes. Absolutely. I told you, there was a setup. Big Hook. Jesse Waters outed and threatened that oncology nurse with his liberal plants on the jury comment. Yeah, and we all know Jesse Waters is a piece of shit. He's just another one of those right-wing, good-for-nothing pieces of shit. That's right, Jesse Waters. I'm talking to you, Jesse Waters. Calling you out. You're a piece of shit. Hey, there's Janelle Espinoza. Good to see Janelle. There's a couple of Janelles around here. Janelle Espinoza says the bear spray was no lightweight weapon. Yeah, they had tasers. Right. Really a horrible day. Plus, Rhodes would have sent for his cache of weapons from across the river. No. Yeah, they had bear spray, and that's what led to that one dude's death, right? You gave him a heart attack or a stroke and everything. He would have called for those weapons, but I'm just saying, like, okay, if the cops have been armed with their AR-15s or whatever, by the time he calls for the weapons, I think there would have been so many dead people and people running away that he could have got his little cache of weapons, and it would have been what did he have? How many guys were going to get those weapons? 10, maybe 10 guys. It would have been a big shootout, but I just don't like this mamby-pambyism of treating these people like they're fucking like it's okay what they did, or it's not okay. It's not okay what they did. They tried to basically commit a coup on the United States of America. That should be looked at as being like the highest offense that there is. Janelle says, the farting, such a great story. The farting. Oh God, the farting. MJ says, nope, they are adults and made their choice. About the J6ers. Yeah, they made their choice, and now they need to suffer the consequences. MJ says Kindle knockoff. Not sure what that's about. There's Salt and Grease says Jesse Waters' mother is a Democrat. And I suppose she's probably not too proud of her son, Jesse, right now. Fancy, they had snipers in trees. Yeah, I did. I remember that was on the chat or whatever, on the radio chatter or whatever. So the police knew it. So they knew where they were at. So I'm just saying, okay, what if the cops had their guns like they were supposed to? Cops have snipers too. They knew where the snipers were at. They knew they were in the trees. They could have plucked those motherfuckers out too with the cop snipers. Hey, Pisces Greeter. Pisces Greeter's here. Good to see you. Chris Welch is here saying hello with pink hands and all that kind of stuff. Nick Rich says, your solution to what went down on J6 didn't happen, thankfully. I don't know if it's, I don't know, man. I think you got to teach them a lesson. You can't slap them on the wrists. You can't be mamby-pamby. If you're going to try to overrun the government like that, then you got to be willing to pay the ultimate price, which is getting shot and killed. So this ain't, the message has to be loud and clear. This ain't no messing around, man. This ain't no disco. This ain't no party. You're gonna come up on the United States government and try to commit a coup, then you just might get your fucking head blown off. That's the message that needs to be sent, as far as I'm concerned. And so, I guess the second best thing is getting some of these like 15 and 20-year prison sentences. That's the second best thing, I guess. Or I guess the second best thing would be if they got sentenced to execution. And then the third best thing would be a long sentence. And I really don't think 15 or 20 years is long enough. They should be getting life without parole. I blocked that one person who complained about me agreeing only they were on House Parks. Okay, good to know. I don't know why you keep bringing that up out of the blue. Okay. I mean, did someone ask? Did someone ask? I don't know. Anyhow, Fancy's got the convoy going. From Fancy. Carrie C, he was rude to someone else today. Oh, so now we're just talking about someone being rude on another show that I don't care about. I mean, I don't care about, not that I don't care about the show, but I don't care about another chat. Rob Saunders says, good to see you here, Pisces Greeter. Janelle Espinosa, totally agree, life in prison. Janelle Walker, I see that. We're talking about that. Okay, Nicholas says, the point is that the Capitol Police should have been prepared, not impaired in their duties. Yeah, the point is that they were set up by Trump. They were set up to fail. They told them no riot gear, no weapons, no extra, don't call in any extra forces, no National Guard or whatever. So yeah, they were set up to fail by Trump. That's true. But I'm just saying, I would have started shooting people because I'm a hothead. And I don't like traitors trying to, take over my country. And that's probably why I would be a horrible cop, because I would be a hothead. And what they did, they let him through. They let him through the front door, and they herded him right out the back door. And that was, able to disperse the crowd as best they could. And so, yeah, I understand all that, Nick Rich. I understand all that. I'm just saying, like, if I had an AR-15. Now, if all I had was a, what do they carry? A 45 or whatever? A semi-automatic. And I don't know how many is in a clip. Whatever clip size they have. 10 or so? 10 bullets. you know, it would just depend on where I was at. And because I really do think if you started shooting a few of them, I think they would have ran like little, you know, because they're not sold. Most of those people, there were some military people and there were some cop, you know, people that were either, you know, off-duty cops or former cops, and there were some ex-military guys in there for sure. But out of the, how many people were like 2,000 or something people? And they were all, you know, that were kind of going towards the, you know, making the run on the Capitol. It was like hundreds or whatever it was. Most of those people were, like I said, they were just these fat, out of shape, old white people that looked very much like me. And I think you shoot a few of them, and I think they would turn around and run away. Of course, it's all 2020. Hindsight's 2020. So, you know, and they probably did the right thing. And the cops, you know, they probably, I'm sure they handle it better. I'm just saying, for me, I'm a bit of a hothead. If I had a gun and people were trying to overtake the capital of my country and try to commit this coup, I think I would have started shooting some people. Janelle says a Glock. Yeah, I guess they're carrying these Glocks. Are those 45 semi-automatics, like I said? Nick Rich says, don't have a gun if you're a hothead. Well, I don't have a gun. And that's why. If I get one, it would be a non-lethal gun. Rob Sanders says, the ex-president certainly didn't want his supporters getting shot by Hill security. Like you said, he set them up to fail. Yes, absolutely. Janelle says, yeah, why would you set yourself on fire? Oh, I guess I skipped something, but yeah, that one dude. Because he was crazy, mentally ill person. Big Hook says that trial against Trump for injuries suffered by Capitol Police is going forward, probably bankrupt. What's left of Trump's diaper rash has left. Yeah, I hope Trump dies penniless and living under a freeway overpass. Or if he's not in prison. Janelle, they want to think of themselves as part of a little army, pathetic. Yeah, they are pathetic. Exactly. MJ Daniel says they should have been met with 2 to 3 rows of National Guard. Yeah, absolutely, MJ Daniel. Chris Wells, Trumpster fire. Janelle says, yes, MJ. Okay, let's see. Let me skip down. Rob Saunders says, how much is known about the guy that set himself on fire? He seems he has some serious mental health issues, which I just said. He was a crazy mental person. Fancy said he was from Florida. Well, that stands to reason. Nick Rich, get a non-lethal fart gun like Hal has. I actually would get a non-lethal gun like Hal has a gun. He showed it one time on his show. It looks like a real gun, but I guess it fires. I guess it's like pepper spray pellets or pellets, not pallets. Pellets are kind of big. Pellets. And it has like a clip, and it fires these pepper ball things. And that I would like to get one of those. And I remember looking at one a long time ago, about 10 years ago, and that's when I lived in California. And this gun is sold in all 49 states except California. But now I live here and I could get the gun. So. And it's like a chlorine pellet thing. For some reason, California won't sell it, and which I think is stupid because they should probably be promoting non-lethal weapons. You know, I think. Pisces says, sorry everyone, apologize. Okay, and you don't have to keep apologizing. Okay, Pisces, as well. It's water under the bridge. All right. Let's see here. Big Cook says, mental health care, it's only available for the rich. Otherwise, it's a suicide helpline. Well, I don't know about that, but we definitely need greater access, better access to mental health facilities. I'm about ready to go and yell out the window here. These kids are way too loud. I mean, come on, man. Give us a break. Pisces says, thank you, children. Janelle is saying hi. Doc says, prioritize yourself. You have to prioritize. You got to prioritize yourself. Anyhow, as you can tell, I'm not a fan of the J6 insurrectionists. And this whole thing about shooting, that's just me. That's just like I know that's just like I don't know, hypothetical maybe? I don't know. But I do remember saying like especially like the guy that was, I guess it's the rotunda or whatever, or not the rotunda, I guess it's in the chamber, one of the Senate chambers or whatever chamber that was. I guess it was a joint chamber because it was joints. Where I think there was only like 4 or 5 of these insurrectionists in there, and that one big cop, he looked like a big dude, and he's just like going, yeah, he's trying to play it cool. And I knew what he was doing. I knew he was just trying to play it cool, let them kind of do their thing, because he knew, he's like, okay, eventually that we're gonna have backup, or we're gonna get these guys out of here, but I'm outnumbered. It's just me, and there's like these other 5 dudes, and so I know because I've seen. Some of these Republicans, they try to make it look like that guy was letting them do that, or he was in on it. And this one I'm talking about, I don't think he was in on it. He wasn't working with them. He was just playing it cool, just trying to keep everything cool, keep everyone copacetic. It's like, are we cool, honey bunny? Are we cool? But I remember watching that as it was happening and thinking, okay, look, the door's closed. You just nonchalantly go over there and make sure the door's locked so nobody else can come in. And then you just pull out your revolver or whatever here's a Glock, whatever he had. And you just tell those dudes to fucking get on the floor and put their hands behind their back or whatever. And if they didn't comply, just start shooting them. That's what I would have done. I guess I say that's what I would have done, but I guess that's just me kind of expressing my anger for these Gen 6ers, who I see are, venting. They're just scumbags, and they don't deserve to even be alive as far as I'm concerned. They're traitors. See, we Democrats, we take this shit seriously. It's these assholes over here that they don't give a fuck about America. They don't give a fuck about democracy. Obviously. All they care about is themselves, their own power, how much money they can get because money gives them power, they think, or whatever. They are willing to sell their souls to Russia, to Putin, to whomever the highest bidder is. They'll sell their soul to. So it's assholes like this motherfucker right here that I have no patience for. I don't give one fucking ounce of care or compassion for this motherfucker right here. Not that one, but that one. Now, I have no fucking care at all if this motherfucker draws another fucking breath right here. This motherfucking bitch right here deserves to fucking be executed as far as I'm concerned. Her and all those fucking traitors. So, yeah, I'm venting, Nick, Rich. I am venting. And I think we all need to get a little angry about it. The thing about Democrats, too, is like we're a little slow to anger, I think. We should be angry, and we should be upset, and we should be willing to defend our democracy and stand up for our democracy and not put up the likes of this fucking bitch right here. Right there. That's the one. We need to stop putting up with these motherfuckers. No more putting up with it. I'm not putting up with it. I've had it up to here. I'm not putting up with these fucking cunts right here like that. And Donald Trump, he's the biggest cunt of them all. Donald Trump, that's right, is a cunt. I hope he fucking hangs. Now, I know he's not, because I know that's not how things work. We'll be lucky. We'll be lucky if he even gets one day in any type of prison. But still, a guy can dream, can he? As far as I'm concerned, Trump deserves the firing squad that someone mentioned. Fancy says they are traitors. Big Hook says the Republicans are responsible for most, if not all, the mental health crisis, starting at least with Reagan, right? A lot of this stuff goes back to Reagan. Doc says, you can't arrest me. I'm a Christian, white, Republican, middle-class man. Curry, I think we're soft. They think we're soft. They will be surprised. Yeah, because we can only be pushed so far. You know, that's the thing. I think we are, just by our nature, we will give people a second chance. We'll give people, and which is good. A lot of times people deserve second chances or whatever. Or we'll give maybe a benefit of the doubt or whatever. But people can only take so much. And I think a lot of us we're at the breaking point where we're just tired of this fucking shit over here. We're just tired of these fucking assholes. Right here. Going to all of it. Going to the NRA, Wayne LaPierre, all that kind of shit. You know, all this fucking Russia money, even the Saudi money, whatever it is. And then it's a projection, right? It's all projection. The China money. Trying to say that Biden's this big, you know, there's a big Biden crime family and they're getting this China money. It's all so much projection. It's so much projection. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. These motherfuckers right here, that's what they do. They take money. They sell their souls and they sell out they're selling out their country that they claim to love so much. They don't love this country. They don't. They're fucking cunts. Mr. Spock says, watch what you say. I don't have a satire button, but the thing is, I'm not being satirical. So, Doc says, the reason maggots keep screaming civil war is because they hint we're soft. I think the reason they keep yelling civil war is because they've never gotten over the first civil war. And they still believe all that shit, all that propaganda that the Southern people were given about, the North is what is it? The aggression of the North, and they're taking away states' rights and all this shit. When we know all along it was all about slavery. It was all about taking away the plantation owners' free labor. That's all they care about. And it's still that way today. All they care about is getting this freest, cheapest labor they can. That's why they outsource everything. They want to just outsource everything to other countries. And now they want to just make everything robotic. Because they don't like to pay for labor. Even though, there's someone in one of the other chats that has a great name. And it's, Labor Creates Capitalism or whatever, capital. That's the greatest screen name I've ever seen in my life, because in that one thing it kind of explains everything of how it works. Jackie says, I agree, TJ, F 'em right now. And I'm feeling a lot like Tony Michaels right now, because I'm riled up and I'm sick and tired of these. I keep pointing at myself. No, I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers right here. These motherfuckers right here, they're the ones. They need to go down. They need to go down hard. We can't put up with this shit anymore, people. We can't put up with this shit. That's why we need to vote blue if you know it's good for you. Stop voting for Republicans because they're fucking shit turds. which is redundant, I know, but they're fuckturds. They're assholes. They're pieces of shit. They're not Americans. They don't love America. They don't love democracy. I hate them. I hate them. MJ Daniel says DJT is sociopathic with dementia. Quite a good combination there. Dr. Pierce says, it's my only trigger. It literally shoots adrenaline through me like electric shock. Nick says, see you Tuesday for the contempt hearing, Donnie. Big Hook says, Randy Rhoads did a history lesson Friday on how we got here from successive Republican presidencies. It's on YouTube in full for Friday's show. Yeah, every Friday, Randy Rhoads does her show for free. I do all my shows for free, by the way. But we do take, only too happy to take any help you can do through subscriptions, memberships, super chats. But yeah, Randy Rhoads is great. I've been listening to Randy Rhoads for 20 years. So I am a roadster. I don't know what her deal is, but what the nickname is for that. But yeah, I'm a big roadie, and she's the best, man. She's the best. Her and Hal Sparks are definitely the two best. As far as laying down the knowledge, right? Very well researched. They do their research. Chris Welch is, I don't know, some sort of wave. Big blue wave. Oh, there we go. Yes, a big blue wave. We need that big blue wave. Nick Rich says the future's bright with Biden. I'm voting for Biden. I hope you guys are too. He's done a hell of a job. Apparently Karen is here. Hey, Karen. Hi there. Karen says good after truckers. I guess I missed your post there. Didn't mean to overlook you. Big Hook says Robert Reich is the boss when it comes to truth telling. His YouTube channel is the best. I like, the best YouTube channel is Liberal Dan. Okay. Let's just get that out of the way. That's the best one. But Robert Reich is good. I like his stuff. I know Hal kind of puts him down a little bit, but I think Reich is pretty good. Is it Johanna or Johanna Ruiz E. Ortiz? I just discovered this. Well, I'm glad to have you. Thanks for being here. I hope you like the show. I hope you give me a thumbs up, and I hope you'll stick around. Give us a like, subscribe, and share, and welcome to the channel. Johanna Ruiz Ortiz, I'm sorry. I'm saying hi to Jolie. Okay. Karen Bass, yes, it rubs Saunders. I never imagined seeing what we are seeing down there right now. Dog in Paradise and General Walker. No, really, you said C word, which is awesome. I'm not a sissy. I just had a really bad first marriage. Karen just got home. And yes. Well, is it Johanna or Joanna? But I'll get it figured out. But thanks. I'm glad you're happy, and I'm happy. I am happy. You are happy. Let's be happy together. Big Hook says, pulling on the hairs of your chinny chin there, Tucker John. Yes, I am. That's what happens when you have facial hair. You play with it after a while. I don't know. But that's the way it goes. Anyhow, I'm going to take, you know what? I'm going to take her down. Janelle, I think, asked me earlier, or somebody said to take her down. And I should take her down because I think she's riling me up. Because I don't often get like this. Like I've been saying C words and F words and all these words. I've been saying all these bad words today. And I think it's because of Marge. So Marge, you're gone. There. Whew, I feel better already. So, there you go. But what about this asshole? Okay. This is an AI picture I had created. That is Trump just stinking up the court, man. Just stinking up the court with his fucking adult diapers, farting. He's shitting. He's got to be shitting in there. Are you shitting me, man? It's like if I was in that courtroom, I would be going, are you shitting me, man? And this is probably going to rile me up too, so I should probably take that down too. But anyhow, Dog Paradise says Phil gets himself the whole time, pets himself the whole time. Yeah, but he has magnificent facial hair. I mean, Phil Ittner's facial hair, his beard, it needs to go into like the Smithsonian or something. I mean, it's magnificent. It's not this scraggly, patchy shit that I call facial hair. His is beautiful and full and thick and groomed and, you know. Anyhow, Fancy, you need a Vegas background. I've used Vegas backgrounds in the past. I'm trying to get a little bit of branding going on. This is branding here over here. So, Big Hook says the Trump cunt to match Trump's nut. Right. Yeah, we went from the Trump cunt to the Trump nut. Okay. MJ Daniel, Moscow Marge has that effect on me too. Yeah. Janelle says this is so great. Dr. Paradise, someone lit a match. Yeah. I'm going to say Johanna until I'm corrected. Ruiz E. Ortiz. Ruiz E. Ortiz. And I might just shorten it to Johanna. Moscow Marge must be beside herself with the passing of Ukraine aid. Oh, she's livid. She hates it. But good. Let her hate it. Good. I hope she fucking just, I hope she gets an ulcer over it or something. And I know we're not supposed to wish ill things on people or whatever, but you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. I'm just saying whatever anger and bad things that she's feeling, she deserves it. She put this on herself by selling herself out. She's a sellout. She's nothing but a good-for-nothing sellout who does not love America. Just remember that. These motherfuckers, they do not love America. And when assholes like, I don't know if it was Bill Barr or who the fuck was it? It was one of those deals. It was kind of like the Sununu thing where, was it Stephanopoulos or whoever the fuck it was saying, okay, so, and he's kind of like reading off all these things that Trump's done, all these horrible things, and then he's like, but you're still going to vote for him, and then fucking Snooners yells, yeah, me and 51% of the country. Fuck you. For one thing, it's not 51% of the country. And for another thing, you're a fucking sellout too, you piece of shit. You just put your party over the people, party over the country, party over democracy. And there was another one. It was Bill Barr or something who said, I don't know if it was Bill Barr, but it was one of those assholes who was like, they put down Trump and they say they agree that he's a piece of shit and he's guilty of all these things, but they're still going to vote for him because he's still better than the progressive agenda that's going to destroy democracy. That's what the motherfucker said. And I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. You guys are destroying democracy. You're just projecting what you're doing. You guys are the motherfuckers that are destroying democracy. How does progressive agenda, how does that destroy democracy? Why? Because they want universal health care? That's going to destroy democracy? Or because they want to get off of fossil fuels and move into green renewable energy? That's going to somehow, that's destroying democracy? Fuck you, you motherfucker. That's not destroying democracy. You can say, I don't like those things. I don't agree with that. I think that we should have fossil fuels coming out of our fucking ears, But to say that it's destroying democracy, then you're a fucking lying piece of shit. That's what those motherfuckers are on the Republican side. They project and they're just lying because they are the ones that do not like democracy. And they would like to have these little fiefdoms, you know, they would like to go back to the days of lords, you know, and these royal families and shit, and when everyone else is just a peon below them. That's what they want to go back to. So I say, fuck you. You Republican pieces of shit motherfuckers. Fuck you. I'm riled up today, aren't I? I'm taking Trump down too. I think that's riling me up. I don't know. Anyhow, thank you guys for putting up with my shit. That's all I gotta say about that. Johanna says, call me Joe. Okay, I'll call you Joe. Because I don't want to mispronounce someone's name. I mean, you know, it's just rude. It's just rude. I try to do my best to say people's names right. Rob Saunders says, MTG is going to post a statement freaking out about the aid package for Ukraine. Look forward to it. Needs something to laugh at. I really wish I would run into some of these people just so I could laugh in their fucking faces. You know, I mean, I would like to actually literally, because we can read the thing and laugh, but I would love to just go, ha ha ha, you got your ass kicked in Congress today, you bitch. Critchwell says, Trump is holding one of his fascist rallies in North Carolina tonight. I don't care. I don't want to even give that guy any fucking attention other than what I already have. I put the picture up and I've been talking about him, but you know what I mean. Nick Rich says, Margie's puppet master will be just as pissed off. Well, let him get pissed off. Good. Because you know what? He's declining in health. We're talking about Trump. And this cannot be good for his health. So good, you be pissed off, you motherfucker. I hope he's pissed off and just feels like shit all the time because he doesn't deserve joy. He doesn't deserve happiness. He doesn't deserve any of it because he's a vile, disgusting, sad excuse for a human being. Big Hook says, as Chris Lavoie called the female genitalia meat curtains, I just lost my coffee. Meat curtains, that's funny. Someone's riled up outside. I don't know if you can hear them. They're getting riled up outside. Jackie says, hi, Joe. Big Hook says, I already read that one. Chris Sununu is just as corrupt. Nepo baby. They're just so corrupt, aren't they? All up and down the Republican Party. And yeah, we can find corrupt assholes in the Democrats. We got Menendez, whatever the fuck his name was. And the sooner he can get out and the sooner he is tried and convicted, the better. And almost all the Democrats I know, we're like, yes, get that motherfucker out of here. We don't want nothing to do with that piece of shit. The Republicans, on the other hand, I mean, they fucking lock arms, you know, and they're like, they circle the fucking wagons, you know, to defend fucking rapists and people who take bribes, and they'll defend all that shit. But we don't. We'll boot them out, man. Rob Saunders says, MTG better not stand by a high floor window. She didn't deliver for what Putin asked for. Yeah, it might get some gravity poisoning or whatever. MJ Daniel says, MAGA is putting DGT over the USA and the GOP. Big Cook says, Sununu is very definition of flip-flopper. Steve Sayers is here. Just got home. John is worked up. Me too. Yeah, I am a little riled up today. But thanks, Stephen, for being here. Good to see you. Nick Rich says, expletives have their place, and this is one of those places. Yeah, every now and then, you got to let loose. You just got to let loose every now and then. Joanna says, yes, you're spicy. I'm being a bit spicy today. MJ says, period from the 30s and to the 70s was the period of the greatest growth, economic and social, in U.S. history, all because of FDR's New Deal and liberal Democrats in the majority. Yeah, we had a great run. We had a really great run there. I'd like to see us get back. I'm really getting sick and tired of this back and forth, you know, Republican, Democrat, and then or having a Democratic president and a Republican Congress, blah, blah, blah. I'm really sick and tired of that. Can we please stop voting for Republicans? And can we please get some 4 or 5 or 6 cycles or whatever of some good Democratic run, U.S. Congress and the White House? And can we please, for the love of God, get some reasonable, good, even just moderate SCOTUS, even just middle of the road. But I would love, of course, liberal SCOTUS. Could we please get the SCOTUS back, for the love of God, for the next, well, I would say forever, but I mean, whatever. And just stop with this back and forth pendulum, going back and forth bullshit, because it doesn't help. It puts us behind. It puts us really, really behind. Just think if Jimmy Carter had won a second term, and then from there we went to, and I know it kind of, once you change things, it kind of, we don't know if even Clinton would have been running for the next one, because it would have offset everything. But just say, for the sake of argument, we had Carter, and then we had, Clinton, and then say Gore should have won in 2000. Well, it would have been, like I said, then instead of 2000, I would have been, I think it would have put it back to 96 or whatever. But anyhow, but you know what I mean. And we would have like a Gore, and then we had, Obama. Instead of having Bush, instead of having, Reagan. Having Reagan and H.W. Bush, and then 8 years of W. Bush, I believe that set us back decades in terms of just our natural progress of all kinds of social safety nets, of Medicare and healthcare, of green renewables, all that stuff. That set us back decades. So Hal Sparks talks about incrementalism a lot, which is fine. I don't have a problem with incrementalism, but we can't be doing the 1 step forward, 2 step backward thing. Or even if we're not doing that, but if we're doing 2 steps forward and 1 step backward, still, that's a kind of bad analogy, I guess. But the thing is those Republicans being in office in the White House and when they control the Congress have set us back decades. It's not just a little incremental thing. It's decades. And so we need to have a time where we go forward in big steps, not in small little steps. I think that's what I believe, because we need to make up for lost time, because we lost decades of progress by having 12 years of Reagan Bush and another 8 years of Bush Jr. and then another 4 years of Trump. Those, how many years was that? That's 12 and 8 is 20, that's 24 years. And those 24 years set us back at least 24 years, I think, in progress for all the important things that we need to have done. All the issues that we Democrats care about, like healthcare, like the environment, like wages, and jobs, like getting off of fossil fuels, all of that stuff. Those are the things that we care about. And those have been set back 24 years, at least. So we need to make up for lost time, and we need to stop electing Republicans. We need to have majorities in the House, majorities in the Senate. We need to have the White House, and we need to get the SCOTUS back. And we need to have it spread out throughout the state legislatures all across the country. That's what we got to do. But man, oh man, it's so hard. You got the right-wing blowtorches of propaganda out there, like, Fox News and all these other ones. It's so hard, and they own all the radio stations. So that's what we need. That's why I'm here, people. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to be a voice. I know I'm not as smart as Hal Sparks. I know I'm not as attractive as Randy Rhoads and smart. I know I'm not as smart as all these people. There's a lot of people that are so much smarter than me, but I'm just a little voice, and I'm hoping that we can get all these little voices together to be one giant voice. And try to get people, to increase their awareness, increase their desire to participate, just to vote, to get people just to vote, and to stop voting for Republicans. And I guess we can do it, piece by piece, block by block, brick by brick, vote by vote. But we need to come together, And that's why I do this. You know, and a lot of times I don't even get political. Sometimes we just talk about, you know, bugs and spiders and snakes and beer or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes we don't even talk political stuff. But just know that whatever I talk about, whether we're talking about, you know, girlfriends and boyfriends and Las Vegas and cars and whatever, it is all coming from a liberal point of view. Right here, old Trucker John. So I'm hoping that we can all just increase our awareness and take back the word woke. You know, I mean, that's another thing that they do. They don't like people. They, and I'm talking about the Republicans, the GOP, the right wing. Because people will say, who's they? Well, that's who it is. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the right wingers, the so-called conservatives, guys. They don't want people to be educated. They don't want people to be aware. And so they take awareness and they put it into this term woke or wokeism, and they make it a pejorative to be woke. It's just an automatic catchphrase for like, oh, that's a fucking progressive, or that's a fucking, you know, and they just automatically shut down because they don't want people to engage. They don't want people to try to figure out, you know, what's going on and to be aware of their surroundings, to be aware of what's going on in Washington, what's going on in their state legislatures. You know, they don't want the real truth. They just want their propagandized versions, their spins. That's all they want really to get out. They don't want really people to read. They want people to read the headlines. They pass out Bibles. They don't want people to read the Bibles either, but they'll pass them out, or in Trump's case, sell them. But they really don't care if they read them. It's all performative. It's all performative with these motherfuckers. So I don't know where I'm going with all this, but I guess all I'm saying is I hope I could be a voice, a little voice to go with all the other voices, and maybe together we can be one big voice. Because it seems like an uphill battle, you know, with the big money, the big corporate news, and the big corporate outlets. It just seems to me it's so much of it is right wing and conservative or whatever, and it seems like the true liberals get drowned out. You know, their messages and their voices get kind of drowned out. So we need to stick together, all of us, with Hal Sparks and Boston Brian and Texas Paul and Randy Rhodes and whoever, you know, you name it. We all need to stick together, you know, the major, right? So, man, just support all those people. Watch them, like them, subscribe, share to them. If you can contribute to this channels, fine, you know, with super chats or memberships. Their channels, my channel, if you can do that, fine. But the main thing is be here, chat, hit the like button, hit the share button, all that good stuff, you know. Those are the main things, and together, you know, we can do it. We just don't give up hope, you know, because together we can do it. And it might be little at a time. We might not win Alabama or Mississippi, but maybe we can get back Ohio. I can remember when Ohio used to be like a blue state. Maybe we can get back some of these people, you know. So maybe we can get back Texas someday. I mean, maybe not right away, but maybe. I think Ted Cruz is kind of looking iffy, you know. So we can take these things. We had Georgia with Ossoff and Reverend, what's his face? The good Reverend. I don't mean to diminish the guy. I'm just having an old brain moment. But maybe we can flip Cruz's seat. Wouldn't that be awesome? But we gotta get the word out. We gotta encourage people to vote. Encourage people to just take. I know we're busy. We have families and we have jobs. I realize all that. But man, just to take 15 minutes, 20 minutes here or there, just to learn about some of the issues and just be aware of because a lot of people they don't even know who their representatives are, you know? So if we could just take 10 or 15 minutes here or there. I know we're busy, and a lot of times people just want to chill out and listen to music or play video games or whatever. But man, if we could just take a few minutes out of the week or a few minutes every day, it could make all the difference in the world. Hey, look at there. Jolie did a member for 2 months, or has been a member for 2 months. Thank you, Jolie, so much. Now, I didn't, I was going off on my little thing there. I missed a lot of the chat there. Steve Sayer says the right always wants smaller government to turn around and take away women's autonomies. Right. Yeah. How is that small government, right? They want to get into women's business. They want to get down in their business. I've been saying this for years, and I didn't invent it. I got it from somebody, I guess. But the only reason that the Republican Party exists, at least within my lifetime, because people go, well, it was the Democrats that were for slavery and the Republican, Lincoln, that got rid of. I'm not talking about the 1860s, okay? I'm talking about the 1960s and the 1970s and onward, especially from the 80s onward, let's say. The Republican Party just really exists for the benefit and the betterment of the uber rich and the uber big corporations. That's what they're here for. They're not here for working class, even Christians, because there's so many Christians that are Republicans. And the Republican Party isn't there for you. They will talk. That's why they bring up abortion. That's why they bring up these issues, because they're trying to pander to you. By you, I'm talking about the Republican, the right-wing Christian Republicans. They're pandering to you, but they don't really, because they need your vote. Because if all they did was just talk to the other millionaires and billionaires and the huge corporations, they wouldn't have enough people to vote anybody in. So they've got to bring people in, and that's when they gin up these issues, and it's all these astroturf type of things. But we can combat it by being involved, by being, by voting, because there's so many registered Democrats that don't vote. So I urge everyone, if you know anybody who doesn't vote, if they could get registered and just encourage them to vote. And I know it's hard to say, if you tell someone, hey, just vote for Democrats, people get turned off by that. So you've got to let them make their own decisions of who they're going to vote for. But the hope is that the more people that do vote, and it kind of I think the science or the math or whatever, it bears out that when there are greater turnouts in voting, that usually benefits the Democrats, because it just turns out the most people voting are Democrats, or when you have those big numbers. So there's more Democrats than there are Republicans. So we need to just encourage everyone to at least get involved to the point where they get registered, and then when it's voting time, they vote. And then hopefully just encourage everyone to try to get, 20 minutes a week of something political that is objective. That's not a Fox News propaganda thing or something like that. To try to get objective reporting and which is hard too. I mean, in these days with all these things, but I don't know. That's little by little we could do it, and I just hope we can in 2024. Let's just start there. Let's start right there. Let's get Biden and Harris elected. Let's keep the Senate, for God's sakes. People say that the Senate is in play, and that worries me. Let's make sure that we keep the Senate, and let's get back the House, and let's get some work done. Because in the next 4 years, if that happens, then we're going to see some great things get passed, I think. And then we need to tell people that this is because of the Democrats. When they start seeing child tax credits, go into effect, and they start seeing better access to health care, and they start seeing, just improvements in infrastructure and all these things, it's up to us to say, yeah, this is because of Joe Biden. This is because of the Democratic Congress. And if it were up to the Republicans, none of this would come true. It would just be tax cuts for the rich and more rights being taken away, like, bodily autonomy and so on. So anyhow, we just, let's just not give up. Let's not give up. Just vote. Make sure you're registered. Check your registration all the time, because the Republicans are always up to their shenanigans of trying to get people thrown off the voting rolls. Go to vote.org. Make sure you're signed up. And that really is the single most important thing you can do, is to vote. And I like to say vote blue if you know what's good for you. All right, guys. So let's see. Thanks for all your chatting. Well, I've been talking and I haven't really been reading the chat. But thank you guys for your support. Thanks for contributing to the chat, making it an interesting chat. You guys are great chatters. Michael McAndrew says, "You are a great little voice, John." Thank you. Chris Wells, Jim Stafford, spiders and snakes. Yeah, because sometimes that's what we talk about, spiders and snakes. Steve says, oh yeah, I already read that one. Jolie, member for 2 months. Driver. Walter McCurvich, hi, Trucker John. I know their weakness. They're scared of the future and change. That's how you beat them. As far as MTG today shows, she is totally beaten. Yeah, she took a hard hit today. But thanks, and by the way, thanks for being here, Walter. Good to see you. Michael McAndrews agrees. Minus Kevin's here. I like football. I like football too. Thanks, Mike, for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Mish is here. Hey, Mish. Did I see it earlier? Thanks for being here. If I didn't say hi to you earlier. Big Cook says, Midas announced another Republican is leaving at the end of the term. They're jumping ship. They are jumping ship. Steve Sayers says, get rid of Josh Hawley and vote for Lucas. I'm just going to say Kuntz. Missouri Senator 2024. Minus Kevin, Mish is cute. And Jackie says, I can't wait to vote Cancun Cruz out. Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't seen the latest polling, but I thought they were running kind of even. The guy, I can't remember the guy's name who's running against him. So could he do it? Could he beat Cruz? Find out who he is, guys, and maybe send a few bucks his way to his campaign, because Ted Cruz, he's no dreamboat either, or whatever, He's a real fucking piece of shit. So if he could get voted out, that'd be awesome. Allred. Oh, Chris says it's Allred. I guess running against Colin Allred. Okay. Yeah. Maybe go over to his campaign. You can find him I'm sure you could Google it. Find his a link to his campaign, and maybe send $5. If enough people do that, Michael McAndrews says, I think Cruz and Hawley and Cotton and others should be prosecuted for their role in the coup attempt. Yes, absolutely. There's a whole bunch of them that were involved in that are sitting in Congress right now. And they were involved. And that needs to come out. Like, definitively. It needs to come out. And they need to face justice for that, too. Big Hook says, Allred is beating him 3-1 in fundraising. Wow. Steve Sayers says, it's not Beto this time in Texas. No, it's not Beto. I think Beto's done. I mean, he's tried and failed a few times. And he tried for Cruz's seat. I think he tried for Abbott's governorship, and he failed. And I think he failed. I think it's because the Attorney General of Texas, whatever his name is, the guy who was he was just recently cleared of all these things. But, I remember it was reported that he threw out hundreds of thousands of votes in these key districts that are primarily Democratic districts for that. I think it was the for the gubernatorial election. And so who knows? And it ended up still being a pretty close race, Abbott against Beto. And I don't know why more people don't bring that up, but it sounds to me like something was hinky with that. That could have been the difference between Beto winning and not winning. What's with that? The Texas AG did not count. I believe it was reported by reputable sources, and I think it was like in hundreds of thousands of votes, and that were from these primarily Democratic areas. Why did that story just die? Is it because we on the left don't want to sound like Mike Pillow or all these assholes that are talking about rigged elections? They could be wrong, and they are. Giuliani and all those with all the fucking bullshit accusations about rigged elections, and we could be right about there being a rigged election. The two things could be right at the same time. So why did that story die? Maybe I should follow up. Maybe there was something that came out and was like, oh no, it was all bullshit. But I don't know. I don't know what happened to that story. Walter McCarver says, I think he is a former Dallas Cowboy football player and U.S. veteran. He is not afraid of Cruz. Well, he's out funding him. Hopefully that will fundraising him. I hope that will translate into getting more votes. We'll see. Well, anyhow, just Paxton's the AG, right? The Texas AG. So look up that story. Maybe someone should look up that story. Maybe I should do it since I'm talking about it, and find out what happened. Why did that story die? Why did something come out that said, "Oh wait, that wasn't true"? Because I remember it being reported at the time of that election or shortly thereafter, that Paxton had kicked out a bunch of these votes, like hundreds of thousands of them, and they were all from Democratic areas. So, what was that about? Michael Andrews, we are watching in real time crooks trying to get away with the coup attempt. Chris, well, gerrymandering is why we have red states. In great part, yes. And that is true in great part. We need to get rid of this illegal gerrymandering. We need to have the districts set up by like impartial, I guess, panels. Is that how you do it? Because they are doing that in some of these states, and they're seeing much better results, much fairer, results that show, the right sort of, whatever that state or that region, skews to, of being Republicans to Democrats or Democrats to Republicans. We're to the few places that this gerrymandering has been done away with, and they're setting the districts up in a much more like equal way or fair way or nonpartisan way. We're seeing the representation being representative of the actual votes instead of it being skewed, so much. That's another thing. It's got to be done, and it takes time because there's so much corruption in the judicial system. Minus Kevin says Paxton is ACK. Yeah, we need nonpartisan redistricting. Exactly, Big Hook. Karen Bass says Colin Allred played for the Tennessee Titans. Michael McAndrew is right. It should be impartial and in the light when it comes to counting the votes. Big Hook said, yeah, California did it. That's for sure. Michael McAndrews' chat stopped for some reason. Well, we'll see if it keeps... If somebody write something. Let's see if it's still going, because it does look stopped. I see Jackie with the Karen Bass thumbs up. That's the last thing I see. So somebody else should post something. Let's see if it's working. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully I'm not frozen. Oh, West Webb, not my fault. West Webb, we've gone 2 hours and 5 minutes, and West Webb first post. Hello, West. Well, I did I say West? Hello, West. Good to see you. And I guess it's working. There's Talia 411. Hi, people. Mish said something. I said type something, and Mish did that, and so did Janelle. So it looks like it's working. Minus Kevin says, no, trucker, it shouldn't be a fairway. It should be in Albertsons. I don't get that. Chris has some sort of an emoji. It says face orange TV shape. A TV shaped orange emoji. West Webb says, of course, I've been here all the time. Real Bill says, hey, Trucker John, I have a question. The other day you said that you liked Poland. I think it meant Duda spent the day with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, that was brought up. And it's not that I don't like Poland. I don't remember ever saying that I like Poland, but I mean, I don't think I have anything against Poland. I was talking about some passengers I had in the Uber that were from Poland, and they were very nice people. And I was talking about how because I asked them about how they were feeling or dealing with the situation in Ukraine. And they were very supportive of Ukraine, and they were very critical of Putin. I never said I like Poland, but I don't not like Poland. I'm not an expert on Duda, and I know I've heard that he's a real douchebag. And I did hear that he had spoken with Trump, and I did make a comment that I thought that was pretty pathetic. How Trump has so much sway still he's a non-president, he's a civilian now, and but because he is seen as having so much sway over the Republican Party, that this Duda thinks that he can go and talk to Trump and, to influence how the Republicans will vote. That's what I said. And I still stand by that. But, so I don't know. What else do you want to know? Because, that was all addressed already. But anyhow, Big Hook says it couldn't resist. What did Big Hook do? What did I miss with Big Hook? The last thing I see from Big Hook is California did it. And then you said you couldn't resist. So I don't know what that's what you're talking about. Big Hook, John likes Polish sausage. I do like a Polish sausage. I like a bratwurst. I like a nice brat that's been barbecued and where it's kind of almost burnt on the edges. It has grill marks on it. That's how I like a brat. I don't know if that's Polish sausage or not. If that's two different things. West Webb, he was trying to get Trump to allow Mikey to vote on Ukraine. Yeah, I understand all that, and my point is that I think it's kind of pathetic of the Republican Party that they are so afraid to go against this former president. That's pathetic of the Republican Party. I understand why Duda was there. I understand all that. Mish says the Prime Minister has more power in Poland and he is more liberal, unlike the President of Poland. Yeah, see, I'm not really in the know about the Polish political system. Walter Makarevich says he is a minority in Poland. He is on the right, not the majority of Polish people agree with him. Wes says, I like brats better, pronounced brat. I say brat. I think that's the way Californians say it. We say brat. We don't say brat. Oh my, would you like a brat? No, we don't. California and Nevada, and southern Nevada is basically an extension of California as far as I'm concerned. We don't talk that way. We're like, yeah, give me a brat. West Webb, Polish sausage is more like a wiener. Well, I don't mind a good wiener every now and then. A good hot dog and a good bun with some mustard. Big Hook says kielbasa, I think, is the proper name. Will Bill, brats are German. West Webb, Germans say Bratwurst. We're having a Bratwurst. I don't know if you know this, but I'm not a German. So, anyhow, West Webb, I bet you say gyro. No, I say euros because I used to work in a Greek restaurant and I used to make euros. I know how to make a euros. I know how to make the Suzuki sauce. I used to call it Suzuki sauce because I couldn't say the real name of the little white sauce. But I used to make that as well. So you could make fun of me for not being able to say the name of that sauce right. But I know what a euros is. Because Chugger John has been around the block a time or two. I worked in a Greek restaurant back in the day. Yeah, at least I know that much. Okay, guys, so we're over the 2-hour mark. I think we are going to maybe shut this shit show down. Walter Makarevich says, are we going to walk today to let you get out of that anger? I think I'm going to do a walk tomorrow. Today, I think I'm going to get to driving because there's a lot of shit going on in Vegas. Janelle says, isn't today Hitler's birthday? I think it is somewhere, because today's the 20th. It might have been on the 15th. I don't know. But I know his birthday, it seems like there's a lot of these right-wing acts of terrorists that happen on his birthday. And they're usually in April. So it is sometime around now. Big Hook says, kebabs are very popular in Germany. Wow, someone was yelling and screaming. But yeah, I think let's do a walk tomorrow sometime. Give me another day to recuperate. And is there something on my forehead? Ooh, I don't know what that was. Jackie says, have a great day, everyone. So yeah, if you guys want to hit the notification button, because I'm not sure what time I'm going to do it. I might say noon and then it ends up being 3, or it might end up being 6 in the evening. You know, I don't know. It just depends on what I physically feel up to doing and how warm it's going to be. I might want to go later when it starts to cool down a little bit. But just if you guys want to come with me on the walks, I love it when you guys are out there walking with me. It helps me, continue on and not give up. So that's always awesome. So you guys are all welcome to join me on a walk around Vegas. We'll do that, I think, tomorrow, sometime late afternoon probably. And then we'll do our regular shows Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific time. On Thursday, I also do a 3 p.m. That would be the House Sparks pre-show warm-up. And then on Saturdays, like today, we did a House Sparks post-show cooldown. So that's the schedule. That's the thing, folks. I hope to see you. So glad you guys were in here today. We had a lot of people in here, a lot of chatting, a lot of great people in here chatting. I appreciate you guys putting up with my rants and sometimes the venting, and sometimes I do get a little. Today I kind of went a little far talking about mowing down the J6ers with AR-15s, and I know maybe that was a little far. but my sentiment is the same as far as like how upset I am at those people and how serious of an issue that was what they did. It's not something to be taken lightly. Our democracy is not something to be taken lightly. Our country is not something to be taken lightly. And what they did, it wasn't just a stroll in a park. It wasn't just tourists going through some of these assholes are trying to, spin it. These people were bashing in windows. They were attacking police with back the blue flag poles, so officers died as a result of what they did. It's very, very serious. And we shouldn't lose sight of the fact of that. And the people that were in that need to be dealt with in a very, very serious way, concluding Donald Trump, especially Donald Trump, because he's the one that instigated the whole thing. And he needs to really, I don't feel he's felt the full weight of justice coming down on him, and he needs to feel that. So I hope that he does. And that's what I was trying to say, I guess, with all that through all that kind of machismo machine gun bullshit or whatever. Real Bill says, I wasn't being an ass. I didn't know if you did. I know, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to get short with you. I don't mean to be snarky or disrespectful. I don't mean to. But sometimes it comes off that way. But I appreciate you being here, Bill, because you are the real Bill P. And I appreciate you being here. All of you guys, Walter, Big Hook, Janelle. We got 2 Janelles in here, and Mish, and Joe, as in Johanna, Talia, everyone here, Rick, Rich, Nick, I always forget. He keeps changing the order of his name, so I get confused. But I really do appreciate you guys being here. And, I'm waiting for something. It's taking its time. There you go. Oh, I feel fabulous now. I hope you feel fabulous. I hope Nick Rich feels fabulous. Let's all feel fabulous together. And let's be here on the next one. Tomorrow, walk. Tuesday morning show. Let's all just get together and let it all out. Just let it out and be free. Oh, and by the way, make sure, this is what Trucker John wanted me to make sure that you guys know, to get a good stretch. Get all stretched out and loose, because you know what? You do not want to pull a hammy. You just don't. Believe me, it's not something you want to do. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. From Trucker John is telling me to tell you guys that he's very grateful that you guys were here. All right, I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for watching the Cook Show, hanging out with us, that sort of stuff. It's very cool, I really love it. Thanks. J. Trump do solemnly swear that I've never farted in court ever, not once, not ever, not ever. It's all lies, fake news.